When learning this technique, we are going to understand, we are going to sing the songs with the only voice we have, our speaking voice. When we speak, we can vary highly in pitch. For instance, "Oh, Paul, why didn't you tell me this before? I could have done something different." Right? But the picture here is that we have never stopped to think clearly and carefully on how this happens. We just think, and our voice is there, standing for our thoughts. During the learning process, we're going to get a hold of this technique to understand what is going on when we show such pitch variation during our speech. What are the components and tools working on this process, allowing such pitch variation to happen? And learn how to keep them working for us same way during our singing. But some of you might be thinking, when you showed off that pitch variation, you dropped from that speaking voice quality I'm gonna need for singing. Yeah, that's truth. Why? Because usually when you talk to someone, this person is close to us, right? And to talk with him, her, we get a hold of that talk to someone close to us mouth opening. We hardly change this mouth opening to talk to someone close to us. So, when you try to use pitch variation to express better our feelings and thoughts, we dropped from that special vocal mode which carries that voice signature, that voice quality you missed in the prior example. But we show that voice quality when we talk to someone that's away from us. For instance, "Hey John, come here, because I'm not understanding what we're talking about." Right? But once more, you have never thought about what is going on when you do such things, right? And there we go again. This technique will show us what is occurring during this process and teach us how to keep it on during our singing. When we speak, we breathe so naturally that we don't even think that we have to breathe for voicing our thoughts, right? We just think and speak. And no matter what we think, our breath is there, ready to support our voice. But when someone say, "Singing," oh my God, you messed it up, right? All God's breathing engineering is ripped off, right? And now we have shoulders, chest, neck, eyebrows trying to support us during our singing, but they are not supposed to be there. Our breath, instead of flowing in and out freely as it does when we speak, now is stuck somewhere in our chest. Right? Breathing might be controlled. However, we are not in charge of this process when we speak, and we are not supposed to be in charge of it as we sing. We are going to see who is in charge of this process, or better, what is in charge of this process. What is triggering this process and how it's done. We are going to see the connection which there is between mind and breathing, and learn how thoughts and feelings trigger the breathing recovering process. In the links below, you can listen to some of my students singing during the learning process. Recordings are done in the first lesson, 2 months later, 4 months later, 6 months later, and so on. Observe that the more they understand how they speak, the quicker they overcome their difficulties. The more they understand how they speak, the better they sing. Today we can find a number of different techniques. I have already sung with 2 of them. The difference between the one I have been working with today and the others is that the one I have been working with was the one which better explained it to me why I didn't sing the way I wanted and why I didn't reach the notes I wanted.